I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You run the house. Welcome back to our next episode of Dungeons and Mineshafts. I'm just heading back home from our village because I need sugarcane to trade with some villagers. I also wanted to give a very huge shout out to Riker Quest, who is the creator of this mod pack. Posted our first episode of this series on the CurseForge site, which brought in a bunch of new viewers and subscribers. So really big shout out to him for helping us out with that. I really appreciate that. And I still can't sleep. He did say that I might be cursed. I'm not exactly sure how to see if I'm cursed. So if you know how to, let me know in the comments down below, because this isn't working. Speaking of Riker Quest, he did give us a little tidbit to declutter our screen a little bit. So one thing that we can do to get rid of the mini map that's up in this area over here is we can come on over here to the FTB chunks once we go into our inventory. Once we click that, we're going to see a giant map of the world, and I think it only shows us what we've explored, which is really cool. But if we come down here to the bottom left corner to settings, we're going to see all of these that have to do with the FTB chunks, which I think is Feed the Beast, if I'm not mistaken. But if we come to minimap and we come on down to enabled, we can click that and set it to false, and then hit this accept button. Once we exit out, it takes away one of those mini maps as well, so we have a little bit less clutter on our screen. So that's a really cool tip. Another thing we can also do, because one issue I've had is the kind of screen when it has your weapons. I love these extra animations, but to turn it from this, which is what comes already preloaded into the mod pack, you can just hit F6 to change it to vanilla. So it's a little bit more decluttered and just a little bit easier. Plus I can see my sword actually swing around, which is pretty cool. Stop to feed the cows a little bit and craft up a book, and then we can come on over to this guy, and he has a enchanted book called Thunder Slash, which I'm guessing is a sword enchant, which I want to add to an iron sword once we get an iron sword, but that sounds too good to pass up. I also picked up Crescendo of Bolts, which is something we can add to our crossbow to fire additional times per reload. Okay, and the Wandering Trader actually has some decent trades. We have this Great Plate of Eternity, which I need a diamond chest plate to get it, so we're not gonna get that today. We also get a Bone Splitter axe. We need a diamond axe, but that's actually pretty good. So yeah, I'm gonna actually let you live now. And the first mod that I wanted to take a look at in this video is actually called Botany Pots. If we head into our inventory and we just type in botany, we can actually get a botany pot to show up. So what we need are 5 pieces of terracotta and a flower pot to get a botany pot. Really quickly, say botany pot 5 times really fast and go. Lucky for us, flower pots are actually all over this village, so it won't be hard to collect those, but we do need to collect clay in order to get terracotta, unless we find a mesa. But I think it's going to be easier to find clay. And there we go. We can also collect up terracotta from the stonemasons that are around here, which is actually pretty easy, but clay is actually readily available pretty much everywhere near water. Then we can just take our clay, turn that into clay blocks, and then we throw that into the furnace. Then once you have all those, you can just take your flower pots, put them in the center, and then put your terracotta on the outside. Then you have botany pots. And we got the Let It Grow advancement. Awesome. The one cool thing about the botany pots that I really like is that you can grow specific types of crops in here, but you need specific soil that some of them will grow with. So to add the soil, you're just going to add it to this bottom part of the UI. I'm just going to use regular dirt because I just have it readily available, but then you can just add your seeds to the top and they'll start growing. Just make sure that you till it like you do with normal crops, and then once you do that, you can take whatever you're growing. I'm just going to throw carrots on in here, and boom, they start growing. Crops are actually going to grow relatively fast, but the nice thing is once they're fully grown, like these carrots, you just right click to harvest them, and it automatically plants another seed without you having to do any extra work. And since I have the farmer job in this mod pack, I'm going to get even more crops from these botany pots. This even works with sugarcane and wheat seeds. And I decided to take a break from farming because I was getting low on levels and I need to upgrade my gear. So we're going to do some good old-fashioned vanilla mining. Well, not vanilla, but we'll see what we can find as we go down. And we got really lucky and we found a abandoned mine shaft. So let's see if this mod pack holds anything of interest down here. And ooh, we got really lucky. We got 2 chests. So far I haven't run into any mobs, so knock on wood that stays to be a trend. Let's see what we get. Okay, we got our first bit of iron that we can use for our weapons. Got a spike. Quick draw, okay. And then in this one, we've got some more lapis, which is nice. A name tag, very nice. Another spike, more torches. Not too bad. We might come back and get these rails. We're just below our base, so I'm not too worried about having all of that. So, okay. Well, we found a goblin trader who acts a lot like the wandering trader. Not much that I really care to. Why would we... Okay, so you can upgrade an anvil. I would just make a new anvil. Not too bad of trades. This is what we need. We need more guys like this rather than the wandering trader. Okay, I ended up running into a cave spider spawner over there that we could actually probably use for a farm, but then I saw these and I was intrigued. Is this supposed to be anything significant? Oh, this is just the underground villager base. I was so confused. I was like, did we find the stronghold? But no, we did not. We just found villagers. But these villagers are actually better farmers than the ones we have up top, and an extra chest with nothing in it. Why don't you have anything in there, wife? I'm sorry, but wife for an iron golem. Look at the hearts on that, though. Holy cow. I'm sorry. You run the house. Well, our mining trip was actually fairly successful, and I went back to our old base and found a couple iron ingots lying around, so I was able to get some iron boots for some extra protection. We also went ahead and crafted an iron longsword, an iron pick, and an iron axe. Now I think we're ready to take on one of the buildings near us. So we're actually going to head on over to this one because it's a little smaller. I've checked out the outside a little bit and I know that there is a spawner of some sort because I can see cobwebs up at the top, but there's also some stuff hiding in the base. So if we come on over here, I did mine a hole in it and there is a bunch of furnaces, some grindstones, and smithing tables, and I really want those for my villagers, and I'm not sure what we're gonna find in here. And there's anvils. Oh, that's a score. Okay, we're going to kind of clear off some of these spots so they can't just jump in on us, and we're gonna raid this thing and just get a bunch of stuff. Oh, there's a spawner. I'm gonna take that out. There we go. This place is also filled with what looks like buckets of blood, but they're labeled as player heads. So I'm guessing they're just player heads that are decorated to be buckets of blood. That's actually very creepy. Okay, we can't get the ender chest because we don't have silk touch, but let's check out what these chests are going to hold. We got some gunpowder. We got an orb of regret. Refunds 1 skill point. That's kind of handy in case I mess up. I'll take the gold for sure. We'll take a gold apple. More golden apples, more gunpowder. Beetroot seeds, I don't think if we'll need, but we'll take it. Hey, we got our first diamond. Let's go. And a wolf spawn egg. I don't know if we'll use that, but I'll take it. And just tons of gunpowder. Let's go. Oh, there's 2 of them. Okay. I will take it. That's awesome. And it looks like there's an almost identical room on the other side. Or is this... Nope, this is the exact same one. Wow, I'm dumb. Another mod that I actually discovered by accident is this one called Clear Despawn. So I actually happened to throw some items on the ground to let them despawn. And I was going AFK, and when I came back, they actually started blinking on the ground. And I was very confused what was going on, that I actually reset my graphics drivers because I thought something was going on. But then after looking at the list of mods that are actually in this mod pack, that's intentional. So what happens is that at about 20 seconds before items despawn, they will actually start blinking, and then it's going to get faster and faster until the item actually despawns at the end of 5 minutes. Clear despawn, actually really cool and really useful in case you die and you need to find your items again. So if you see your items blinking and you need to get them, go ahead and pick them up. So it's actually been quite a few days, and I have been working on getting these villagers going like crazy, and I'm realizing that Fletchers and farmers are the key to getting a lot of emeralds. So the villagers in this mod pack are actually very stubborn when it comes to identifying with certain job blocks. Like this guy is not a Fletcher at all, but there's a couple of these guys walking around that were jobless, and then they identified with these blocks, so they picked up that job. So they're locked in here while I trade with them. The grindstones and the smithing tables that we got in the witch's house earlier, I put to good use because I have been trading for iron axes, which I've been using to collect wood to get sticks to trade with the Fletchers. I also set up just a little bit better of a storage area with all of the wood types that I've been collecting and a bunch of the other things. All my valuables are down here. I've got my coal and charcoal there, and then I have all my axes up here. I've done a lot of training. This was full at one point, but I have been collecting wood nonstop just to trade with my Fletchers. Also, it's just crazy how tall sugarcane actually will grow. I have a little bit of an a manual farm over there, and I should just let them grow out to see how tall they'll get, because this is going to give us quite a bit of paper for our librarians if I let it keep growing. But the easiest way that I have been collecting wood is I've been taking birch saplings and lining them up in a very long pattern and letting them all grow out by just AFKing in my house. And sometimes I'll get little blocks like this to where they're probably 5 wide, 5 long. And if I take my axe and I chop them down, it chops down the entire tree, and I get all the spoils of the saplings and the sticks. So just like that, I'm able to collect so much more wood 5 times faster than I normally would, and I think that is amazing. Also, I noticed that this popped up in my craftable inventory, so I just took a regular axe and put that in there, and it just becomes an axe, which is from the MC Dungeons weapons mod. That's actually kind of cool. Can I use this to actually chop down trees, though? Ooh, I can't. How does that compare to the other axe? So we have less attack, good. What is that? So it's exactly the same. It's just a reskin of it? Interesting. And if you thought that the bag of holding was a really cool mod, I found another one that is just as cool, and that is called Dank Storage. So to craft it, all you're going to need is coal and a spruce barrel, which you can actually get a spruce barrel from any wood type just by making a barrel, but we're going to go ahead and throw those into our crafting table with the coal on the outside like so, and then the barrel in the very center to get a Dank 1. And then a Dank 1 actually just acts as a sort of mini shulker box, much like the bag of holding, and it gives you 9 slots total to carry items, but it lets you do some really cool stuff as well. So my favorite thing actually about this is that you can level up this Dank to actually hold a certain number of items in one slot. If I go ahead and take out all the wood that I have been collecting, I'll put a whole stack of birch right there, but I can take another stack, put it on top, put another stack on top, and we'll take that half stack there. And I believe the max amount that we can actually get is 256 items in one stack. That's quite a bit for 9 slots, and you can upgrade this to have 18 slots with the next set to where each box can hold 1024 items. You can use it to go up to 27 slots with 4096 items, and it goes on and on. I'm going to pop up the different examples on the screen right now. I think those are really cool, and it's actually a lot better than the bag of holding. I do like the bag of holding for what it is. It's simple to create, but I feel like getting barrels and coal is not hard at all. And this is going to immediately replace this in my inventory. All right, back to collecting wood for a little bit so I can actually trade with more of my Fletchers, because I've got about 5 of them, and I want to get them all to master level and get as many emeralds as I can. Okay, I just discovered that we could do this. So I have this Dank right here. If I right click on it, I have it set to pickup mode. There's some different types of pickups like filtered or void pickup. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but if I just click to pick up all, if I am just running around and there's dropped items, let's say that I'm chopping down trees, and if I don't want to clog up my inventory, I can set one of these danks to actually pick up everything in it. So I'm gonna hold this and run around, and if I check it again after I've picked everything up, everything that I just ran around, it went right into it. That's freaking amazing. If you guys had a favorite mod from today's video, make sure you let me know in the comments down below, and drop a like and subscribe if you want to see more of the series. YouTube thinks that you'll like these videos, so if you want to see more of my content, why don't you click on them and check them out. But I'll see you guys next time. Always remember, the most important thing is to be odd and wash your hands. Peace, guys.